Okay,
36, yeah.
good. Okay, very good. All right, so let's try another one here. I'm gonna make this more difficult now. Let's say g of x equals 1 minus x squared. Another way to write g of x is like this, where the variable is in parentheses. The reason you might consider doing that is it makes it clear where you're substituting. You're substituting in for that right there. So I want you to find g of -1, please.
Okay. Um, with the same numbers.
Say that again.
With oh, just okay with these. So it would be 1 minus -1 squared.
Right. Keep going.
So let's see. Okay, so the -1 is in the parentheses, right?
That's right. And that's what I was hoping you would write. I mean, don't make this just we're going to watch Matthew do it because I already know how to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're the one that's going to get the benefit from trying this out. -1 squared in parentheses, which means you square and then negate the result.
Okay. Um, so 0.
Yes, it becomes 1 minus 1, which is 0. What is g of 3?
Uh, -8.
It is -8. 1 minus 3 squared. All right. What is g of 3 minus g of -1?
-8. Yes, -8.
It is -8 minus 0, which is -8. Good. Okay. So now I feel like you've got this at least to the point where we can do some problems. So the average rate of change is f of b minus f of a over b minus a. This would be something to write down in your notes. I sometimes will box in formulas or
Okay.
especially things you and I are going to reuse here during the lesson. So let's do this here. I want you to find or determine the average rate of change of f of x equals minus 2x squared plus 5 from -1 to 2. Okay, so this is our first kind of full official problem here. Um,
Okay.
this is A and this is B. A comes before B, A is left of B. So the average rate of change is f of 2 minus f of -1 over 2 minus -1, like that, which means you have to calculate f of 2. So I'd like you
Okay.
to do that for me, please. What is f of 2?
Okay, so it would be uh -3.
Okay. And what is f of -1?
Um, 3.
It's 3. So f of 2 is -3 minus 3 over 2 plus 1. What does this simplify to?
Uh, -6 over 3, which is -2.
Okay. All right, good job. Let's do another one here. Um, all right, so I want you to find the average rate of change on this interval. So this is your A, this is your B. I'd like you to do this fully on your own. If you have questions, please ask. But try to see if you can get through most of this without my assistance.
Okay, so then it. All right, I'm just thinking it would be f of -1 minus f of 7, right?
Did you write this down?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so the B comes before the A when in the formula.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so one thing you should always get in the habit of doing in math, especially, is to write the formula that you're going to use. It will help you to remember it. It also helps, you know, someone looking at your paper knowing if you're doing it right or wrong or in between.
Okay. All right. For 7, that would be. Let's see. I'm gonna write this down here. 20. Yeah. Okay. 7 is 9,
Yes, that's true. Keep going.
and then so it would be 9 minus, and then so 1 negative. 17.
It is not 17.
Oh,
You've got a sign error or something for
yeah.
-1. So remember I
Um,
mentioned you really want to treat it like the variable is in parentheses.
um, so it's 1 minus -4.
Well, there's the issue. It's -4 times -1.
So, oh, it's just, well, it's still, but that turns it into a +4, right?
That's right. That's right. So you have 1 plus 4 minus 12.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so, um, -12. Okay, so -7 then. So would it
Very
be,
good.
yeah, +7?
Yes. So what does this become?
Mm, 16 over 8, which is 2.
It's important for me to see you like work fully through one of these on your own. So what questions do you have about this? Because I want to put one up like this. It's different numbers, different equation, but same steps, find f of b, find f of a. The
Uh,
final number is all that we're looking for.
hmm. I think I'm good. I just messed up on the negatives, kind of tripped me up a little bit.
Sure. Now, one of the limitations of this format, truthfully, is that like I can't see your work. You have to sort of look at your work and decide, like, does your work resemble like what I have, or is it more spaghetti, kind of all over the place? There is some organization here that I'm not able to do in this format, truthfully, but um, that's not really the most important thing. Most important thing is like your execution. Can you move from what I'm giving you to a final answer? Down here. So take a look at this one and see what you come up with.
Okay. Um, let's see. 4 times 4. 42 for 4.
Okay. So I'm looking for you to give me just a final answer,
Okay, yeah,
final
yeah,
answer.
yeah. Okay,
And I just want to know what you're going to put in the box there.
okay. Um, negative 3. Uh, 4. So, what the hell? Over. I got 8 for the final answer.
All right. So yeah, that's pretty good. 42 minus 2 over 4 minus a minus 1. Very good. Okay. So like, just so you know why I'm asking you to do this, um, you're always welcome to check your intermediate results. But at some point, like we got to get you to go start to finish. And that's what you did here. That was excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
And, no big deal. Good job on that. So, you can also do rate of change from a table. It doesn't just have to be a graph. Or, I'm sorry, a function. We will do graphs in a moment. Um, so here's a sample problem that you might see. It says, what is the average rate of change between 2002 and 2004? This is your A. This is your B. It's f of B minus f of A over B minus A. You can put those numbers in if you want, um, if it helps. You can also just go right to the table. Um, this is like the x values, and this is the f of x values. What is f of 2004 in this example?
Uh, the 23 households.
23. What is f of 2002?
11.
Okay, so this ends up being 6. So you can use a table like to do the same thing. All right. So
Okay.
I don't want to do this. Just looking up some more problems. Here we go. So here's another problem for you to try on your own. It's like the last one.
Okay. So -1 and 3. So it would be f of -27 minus f of -11 divided by 3 minus -1.
Okay, what is the final answer for all that?
Oh, right. Crap, I gotta write that down. F of 27 minus f of that would be -16 over 4, which equals -4.
Good. Really good. Okay. Now it's also possible to do it from a graph, to have some sort of rate of change from a graph. And this will be the last type of problems we look at before switching topics here. Um, so these are going by 1 on the bottom here, same at the top. So if I asked you for the average rate of change from -2 to 2, it would be f of 2 minus f of -2 over 2 minus a -2. F of 2 is 5. F of, I'm sorry, I put that in the wrong spot, but they're the same numbers. F of 2 is 5. F of -2 is also 5. So this is 0 over 4, which is 0. The rate of change can be 0. The rate of change is actually a line through those 2 points. The slope of this line is 0. So the average rate of change is the slope between 2 points. That's literally all it is.
Okay.
Nothing more, nothing less. Sometimes they overcomplicate it in the classroom. Yeah, they give you like perception that it's a really complicated thing, but it's not. It's not meant to be.
All right.
Okay, so that's kind of topic number 1 that we can talk about today. Anything else come to mind that you've been struggling with or want to work on before I choose some topics?
No, I don't know if I have any.
Okay.
Mm.
How's your energy right now? Would you say it's high, low, medium,
Oh, it's medium. I'm
medium?
yawning, but I feel awake. I'm good.
Okay. The reason I ask, I want to do some SAT stuff with you now, just to do something different,
Okay. Yeah.
maybe to wake up here a little bit. All right.
Okay.
And I don't know if you have you taken the PSAT?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You're a sophomore or junior?
Yeah, sophomore. Yeah.
Okay. You will be taking it this year at some point. It's the traditional trajectory. So I'm just going to put a couple of different questions in front of you, and then we're going to talk about them. So um, go ahead and take a look at this and let me know your answer. You can do it
Okay.
however you want. There's no right or wrong here.
Um. Let's see. I mean, I don't know if there's easier way to do it. What I'm doing is just plugging in uh the letter one by one, but
Okay. For the computer that grades it doesn't care how you get the answer.
okay.
So go ahead and do whatever you want for the time being.
Um, is it timed?
Yes.
Jeez.
All
Okay.
right. Well, I just learned something about you there.
Huh. Okay. Yes, it's just A.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. So it sounded like you tried the answers. Is that true?
Yes, I started with B. I don't
Why
know.
did you start with B? Why didn't you start with A?
Uh, I think I started with B because I just saw
It
the
doesn't have to be a
five.
deep reason. You
Yeah,
don't have to yeah,
I just saw the five on the other side, and I was like, okay, uh, I don't know, just
I
one.
see. Okay. Okay, that's okay. That makes sense. Do you play any sports? I can't remember. You said basketball.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a basketball player. All right. Um, Sometimes you just do. You don't have to have a reason why. Like maybe one just looks better. But like you said, you saw the fives matching up. Now B didn't work. Where did you go from there?
Then I went to C.
Okay. And that didn't work. What did you do from there?
I just went to A. I thought
Nice.
D
Okay.
was gonna be it's too much of a pain.
Got it. Got it. Okay. There are two approaches to solving this. There's what I call the direct solve method, which is where you solve this kind of the way I had you do last time with some equations. And then the other is what you just did, which is to try the answers. What is the problem with trying the answers?
I mean it's more probably more time consuming, and it's like you're kind of just guessing
Exactly. Also, how many places do you have to try the answer?
too.
And that could be a consideration. If you're only trying it in one place, maybe that's worth doing. Two
Yeah.
places, it's in between. So let's talk about how to actually solve this without this, because there's actually free response questions on the SAT, ACT. Actually, the SAT, ACT does not have any. Um, how would you solve this if this were in the classroom?
Yeah, I'm realizing now that I don't know why I didn't just try to find x, but yeah, so 5x minus 15, and then
Okay. So
yeah,
now what do you do from here?
uh, I would add 15.
Okay. I would tell you to deal with the X first.
Okay.
You generally move from the smaller to the larger,
Okay.
and then subtract 5. So you end up getting -20 equals 5x divided by 5. So x equals -4. Okay, now one of the reasons you may not want to try the answers is, what if you try them and you just do it wrong and it actually was the right answer? That would be bad, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to try them, you better do it correctly. Now,
Yeah.
trying the answers is a strategy. And you actually kind of used one of the first testing strategies that I do talk about in some of the classes I do with students is like you're like, that looks too big. I'm probably not going to do that one. Yeah, that's fine. No issues there. All
Yeah.
right, so here is another problem, and you can use any strategy you want. You can guess, which I don't want you to do, but you can either direct solve or try the answers. Go ahead and take a look at that, please.
Okay. So just uh I mean subtract 2z, I guess.
I want you to solve this. I'm
Okay,
on your
yeah, yeah, I
computer.
got
Just
this.
gonna tell you right or wrong.
Okay. Um it should be B, -1.
Okay. And how confident are you in your answer?
I am decently confident in it.
Okay. All right. That is the correct answer. We want you to have more confidence in your answer. Um, Good job on that. Um, here's another problem, and I usually show this one when I get a student who's like, "Oh, I'll just try the answers." Why wouldn't you try the answers in this problem?
Because they're extremely annoying fractions.
Exactly. So you're better off trying to solve this one directly. So go ahead and do that for me. Please tell me the answer.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, it is B.
All right. Now, how confident are you in your answer?
Definitely more confident than before.
Good. All right. So what if you get a question like this, where some of the answers are fractions and some are whole numbers? Do you try the answers? Do you know,
Uh,
what do you think?
no, probably just the same thing that we've been doing.
Okay. Why don't you try this one and tell me what you come up with, please?
All right. D.
Okay. So it would have been okay to try, potentially to try the two whole numbers because you would have gotten the right answer. But if you didn't, then you still got to go figure out the fractions and you got to go back to solving it. So if you're fast, it's probably better to solve equations like this. All right.
Okay.
So we were kind of doing this last time. I think I put some problems in front of you like 2x minus 3y equals 6. And I asked you to solve for y. Do you remember us doing this the other day?
Yes. Hold on. Let me
Okay.
just.
You don't have to do this one. But there are other equations that you might be asked to solve. Like what if I put something like this in front of you? F equals mg plus mu n. And I asked you to solve for g. Do you know how to, would you know how to do something like that?
Uh, yeah, I guess. Is that NN?
Mu, this is a Greek letter. Mu,
Oh, huh.
Greek letter. Okay,
Okay.
so that's fine. You don't need to do this. I just wanted to gauge your familiarity with that before I put the problem in front of you. Um,
Okay.
so let me again. These are just starter questions. We're not going to go crazy with things here. Um, Go ahead and take a look at this problem, read it over, and tell me in your own words what it's asking you to do.
Okay. Hmm. Uh, so I'm gonna. Okay. So,
What is this? I'm asking you to tell me in your own words, what does this last part mean? What does this mean?
well, okay. So I know it's basically saying R equals. Uh,
Saying solve for R.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how you would be able to tell what the like rest of it is based on the last sentence.
Okay, but you have this equation here. How do you solve it for R? How do you undo the stuff
Oh.
next to R?
Divide. Oh, right. Okay. So divide both sides by R.
If we want to solve for R, we don't do anything with R. We just keep it as is. Like if you prefer, you can write it as RT equals
Oh.
D.
Oh, okay. So okay, yeah, that's less complicated to do it that way. So then you would just divide it by. So it would be D divided by T then.
Yes. So which
Okay.
answer is that?
That is A.
It is A. Good. Okay. All right. Here is another one like this one to try.
Okay. Um, let's see. Huh? What is P in terms of T? So just divide. It would be P equals. So it would be D. P. Yeah.
Let me give you one more to try.
Um. Um. So it would be 7 each. It's either C or D.
Okay.
Um.
So I'm not saying you're
Hmm.
wrong. I'm glad you've got it down to two answers, but notice what are the math operations that you see here in this original?
Multiplication. So it's. I think
So
it's
that's
yeah.
why there's division, but the only way you would get a subtraction is if you had or an addition is if you had a subtraction.
Okay. Yeah.
So you're dividing both sides by 7 and 8. They're just squeezed together because you can rewrite this. Maybe that's what the issue is. If I asked you to multiply 4 times 5 times 6, could you do 4 times 6 times 5 and get the same result? Do these give you the same answer? I'm going to take your silence as being you're actually maybe trying to multiply them. Um,
So C.
yes, yes. But
Yeah, I
the
don't know
point
if
here is
you.
that I have to you that. The point is these are the same. So whether whether you look at it as 7 LAH or 7H, uh, all right. But that's good. That's really good. Okay, let's look at some different problems now. Believe it or not, these all could appear on standardized testing. So
Okay.
maybe
Hmm. Um. Okay, so just convert it to seconds. So, um, 60 times 90. Is it B?
yes. Now, um, you know that there's 60 seconds in 1 minute. You probably calculated it, but the only way to get 54 is 9 times 6. Sometimes there's answers that don't even make any sense, but they are on there as well. Good, really good. Let's see how you do. We're almost out of time here. I'll give this one. I won't make it too difficult then. Right. Do one final question here.
Hmm. Okay. It is D.
It is D. Good. Okay, so this is just kind of a like a start, kind of get the feel for what you might see. There's way more to do, but